For Pacifica Radio, I'm Teresa Wierzbianska. In Gaza, the director of Kamal Adwan Hospital reported that 5 medical workers were among the 50 people killed in Israeli strikes near the hospital. Israeli forces later stormed the facility, forcing out 350 people at gunpoint, including approximately 75 remaining patients. Parts of the hospital were engulfed in flames. Kamal Adwan was one of the few medical facilities still operating in northern Gaza. Also, a 4th Palestinian infant reportedly died due to the severe cold snap in Gaza. Overnight, dozens of people were killed or left missing under the rubble of their homes after Israel bombed residential buildings in Gaza City's Sheikh Radwan neighborhood. Civil defense workers reported that the strikes killed civilians inside their homes.
15 martyrs have arrived at the Al Ali hospital, and there are more than 40 civilians still remaining underneath the rubble, according to the family. There was also the targeting of the Islam family, and 5 people were martyred, as well as the targeting of the Harara family and the martyrdom of an entire family. It was truly a bloody night for civilians, and the question continues as to why these homes are being bombed.
Tension in South Korea as the opposition-controlled National Assembly has voted to impeach acting President Han Duck-soo. The Assembly approved the impeachment motion in a 192-0 vote on Friday. Governing party lawmakers boycotted the vote. Han, who was also prime minister, had been acting leader after President Yoon Suk-yeol was impeached by the Assembly over his short-lived imposition of martial law earlier this month. Han's impeachment further deepens South Korea's political crisis and damages its international image. In a statement, Han called his impeachment, quote, regrettable, but said he respects the Assembly's decision and will suspend his duties. The Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Choi Sang-mok, took over. Russia's aviation chief says that a Ukrainian drone attack was underway in the Russian region that an airliner was destined for before it diverted and crashed earlier this week. Dmitry Yadrov of Rosaviatsa didn't comment Friday on statements by an Azerbaijani lawmaker and some aviation experts who blamed Wednesday's Azerbaijan Airlines crash on Russian air defenses, responding to a Ukrainian attack. The plane was flying from Azerbaijan's capital of Baku to Grozny, the regional capital of the Russian Republic of Chechnya, when it turned toward Kazakhstan and crashed while making an attempt to land there. The crash killed 38 people and left all 29 survivors injured. A UN-backed hunger monitoring group has issued a warning that famine is spreading in Sudan, 20 months after conflict broke out between Sudan's military rulers and the rival Rapid Support Forces. According to the Integrated Food Security Phase classification, half of Sudan's population are facing severe acute food insecurity. Intensified fighting in Sudan's White Nile, Sennar, and Blue Nile states has forced more than 80,000 people to flee across the border into South Sudan. Here's Silva Alibe, a representative of the UN Refugee Agency.
Almost empty. We built a reception center to accommodate few hundred of people. Currently, we have over 5,000 refugee and returnee who are staying at the border, and many of them also staying at the roadside connecting Rank Town with the border. People are arriving currently from 6 border points, and that requires scaling up of all resources, all our capacity to be able to assist them. People are staying with the community, sharing very limited resources with everyone.
And Syria's new security forces checked IDs and searched cars in the central city of Homs a day after protests by members of the Alawite minority erupted in gunfire and stirred fears that the country's fragile peace could break down. Marianne Williamson, an author and former Democratic presidential candidate, announced Thursday that she's launching a campaign to become the next chair of the Democratic National Committee. Williamson, a former spiritual advisor to Oprah Winfrey, said in an open letter to committee members that the Democratic Party must grasp the, quote, emotional pull of President-elect Donald J. Trump's appeal and generate the momentum needed to counter it. William, age 72, is considered a long shot in her bid. Other party officials, including the former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley, are also running. The current chair, Jamie Harrison, is not seeking re-election. Williamson is the first woman to formally enter the race. I'm Teresa Wierzbianska for Pacifica Radio.